Hello, this 1.5, and I'm thinking about using the tablet to record the lecture. I'm not sure if this one shows better or you prefer using the whiteboard and as the screen. So just please tell me which one you prefer. Okay, I'll record the 1.5 with the tablet. And as you have already seen from my updates in the D2L, most of you have already done really good job. The average of 1.3 is 93%. Only 2 students missed their homework, but I hope everyone will not, none of you will miss the deadline. So 1.4 is going to be due tomorrow is quadratic equation, which is formula application. I could just use a formula to solve the quadratic equations. Okay, so please watch the video and let me know if you have any questions. And 1.5 is a little bit challenged, but I think it's still okay. It's like 1.2. 1.2 is applying an equation to solve the real problems. So 1.5 is application of quadratic equation, not linear equation. So let's look at it. So 1.5, the first question, the rectangular parking area of shopping center shown will have this rectangular shape, and it tells you the area is 50,000. So basically, first you need to set up the model. The area of a triangle is 4x plus 100 and x. And the area of this triangle, the area of rectangle is x times 4x plus 100. So basically, you can set up the model as x times 4x plus 100. This equals, and the area is 50,000. And then you just need to solve this equation. And how to solve this? This is a quadratic equation, but it's not a standard form. You just need to follow it out, distribute it. So you have 4x squared plus 100x minus 50,000 equals 0. Then you can apply either the quadratic formula or can factor it. Well, there is one way. I want to give you one more step. You divide everything by 4. You can have x squared plus 25x minus 125, 0, I think 4, yeah. Okay, equals 0. I think the first one does not require you to do that, but I think that's the first question. Let's see. Second question, find 2 consecutive integers whose product is 90. So assume those 2 numbers are x, and the next number is going to be x plus 1. Well, then you set up the model. It's going to be x times x plus 1 is as the consecutive integers product, right? X, wait, my bad. X plus 1 equals 90. Then you can solve this equation, and x squared plus x minus 90 equals 0. Then you can solve x. Okay. Minus 9, x plus 10, and equals 0. You have x equals 9 and x equals negative 10. Well, the next number is going to be 10. The next number, the plus 1 is negative 9. So you have the answer. Well, even you don't know how to solve the quadratic equation, you still can plug the answers in. Say only 9 times 10 give you 90, and negative 9 times negative 10 you also give you 90. You have the answer as well. Okay. So let's see. Well, I'm going to skip that one. I will skip that one. This part is exactly very similar one. The difference of square of 2 positive consecutive even numbers. Find the integers. Use the fact that if x and even. Okay, it's the same thing as the previous one. It's just the x times x plus 2, not x times x plus 1. Okay. I probably need to explain this one a little bit. So I think it's called Syntherapy Betsy, I don't know how to say that name, wants to buy a rock for a room that is 18 feet wide and 29 feet long. She wants to leave a uniform strip of floor around the rock. She can afford to buy 152 square feet of the carpeting. What dimensions should the rock have? So basically, you have this is 29 and this is 18. And then the carpet is in the middle. It says she wants to leave a uniform stripe. Uniform stripe means if this is X, then the other side is also X. Now also, this is also X. Then that is also X. Does it make sense? So the distance to the middle rock is all X. So now let's set up the equation. So if this is X, the rock in the middle is 29 minus 2x, the length. The other one is 18 minus 2x, okay? Because if you reduce one x from one side, the other side should have another x as well. So distance is 2x, so you have 29 minus 2x. So now we set up the model as 29 minus 2x multiplied by 18 minus 2x equals 152. Then you solve this quadratic equation, okay? A rectangular piece of metal is 5 inches longer than its wide. The squares with the side wide and longer are cut off the four corners, and the flaps are corner upward open box. The volume is 374. What are the original dimensions of the piece of metal? So now, a rectangular piece of metal is 5 longer and it's wide. So assume this is x, and it's 5 plus x. Okay. Squares with side 1. Squares with side in 1 inch longer. One cut off the four corners. So basically we cut off here, we cut off here, and we cut off here, and we cut off here. Okay. So we cut all of 1. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Okay, so all are 1 inch feet square. Okay, 1 inch long. They cut it off, and the flaps are folded upward to form an open box. Then you flip it over, you're gonna have a box. Okay, and box pretty much like this. A box. All right, and then if the volume of the box is 337, the volume is V equals 374. And what are the original dimension of piece of metal? So it asks you what are the x, what are the 5 plus x. What do we need to do? We need to set up a model for the volume. So the volume of a rectangle is what? Is the base area times the height. It's S times H. That's the base area. So the base area is going to be, the original length is 5 plus x. Now, if you cut off 1 on each. So the base area is the length for this one. So the base, look at, we are going to have the base. Let me choose a different color. Oh no, here. Okay. So the base is just this part. It's just the middle part. This is going to be the base because the other side is going to be folded. Okay, this is the base. So the base area is going to be 5 plus x. The total is 5 plus x. You cut 1, you cut 1, so you only have 3 plus x. Is that black too? Okay, I want to use the black. All right. Then the height, if you fold it out, so this is, sorry, the width is x. So the red thing here, I just changed that into here. So it's 3 plus x. Okay. So this one actually is x. The total length is x. So this small one, this one is x minus 2 because we cut 1 from each side. Okay. And let me change it back. Now you multiply by x minus 2 is the base area. And then the height of that, this one, the height, you fold it is 1 inch. Because you cut off 1 inch, they fold it up, so it's 1. You multiply by 1. Then this equals 374. So basically your question becomes 3 plus x multiplied by x minus 2 times 1. Base times the height. Okay, base area times the height equals 374. That's your quadratic equation. Then you're going to solve this quadratic equation yourself. You FOIL it out and then you solve it. Okay? Let's see next one. Number 4. Manufacturer firm wants to package its product in a cylinder containing 1 feet height with surface area 12 pi feet square. What should be radius of the circular top and the bottom be? Let's draw a picture. So if we have a cylinder, a manufacturer wants to package its product in the one cylindrical container. Oh my bad. Cylindrical, I think, is something like this. Let me check online. Okay, so what is cylindrical container height with 1 feet high with the surface area 12? What should be the radius of the circular top and the bottom be? Wait, it's the same. That's not. Okay. So let me see. We need to draw this picture first. So okay. Let's see. So it's cylinder. Firm wants to package its product in cylindrical container 1 feet height. Oh, so it's 1 feet height with the surface area is 12 pi. So this is a 12 pi feet square. What should be the radius of the circle? The top and the bottom should be. Okay, this is pretty simple. So basically have pi r square is area equals 12 pi. And then r square equals 12. Well, r equals square root of 12, so it's 2 square root of 3. Let me see, doesn't see anything of square root. Can I do that? Okay, it's 2. How to type in? Okay, let me try it, see if it's right. 2 square root of 3. Check the answer. Wait a moment. Oh, my bad. It's height. It's surface area. It's wrong. So surface area is surface is the whole thing. Is bottom, and it's the bottom and the top and the bottom and the surface they are outside. So is 12. Sorry. Suppose that is r. Suppose the middle is r. So it's going to be. I thought it's the base area is 2 pi r, which is outside. Okay, it's this side. It's the round shape. The siding area is 2 pi r times 1, and height is 1. Well, the base area is pi r square. The top area is also another pi r square equals 12 pi. Okay, so the pi all will cancel out. So you're gonna have 2r square plus 2r equals 12. The pi cancels, so r square plus r equals 6. So r square plus r minus 6 equals 0. Then you can solve that r equals positive 2. So it's r minus 2, r plus 3s. Okay, next one. The area of a square is 5 more than the perimeter. So find the length of the side. This is pretty simple. For a square, you have an a, you have another a. The area is a square, or you can say x squared is fine. A is a, and minus the parameter is 4a. You have 4 sides, minus 4a. So it's 5 more than that, so it's minus that equals 5. Then you solve that a. Number 10. A can of beans has surface area of 317 centimeters square. Its height is 18. What is the radius of the circle top? Surface area considers the top and the bottom. Okay, this one is very similar as the one we just did, that one. Okay, so basically you have, this is exactly the same thing as the previous one I gave you, that 12 pi r, that thing. Okay. And the surface area consists of a circular top and a bottom, and the rectangle represent, yes. So basically you assume the radius is r. So it's 2 pi r times h. Okay. This is the what? 2 pi r times h is the siding area. Plus the top and the bottom both are pi r square. So you have 2 pi r square. So pi r square plus pi r square, and it equals, and 317. Okay, then you solve for r, and you can cancel. Oh, there's no pi, so you have to solve that. You have find out use the pi as 3.14 like that. So basically, you have 2 times pi times, okay, bad. You have 36 pi r plus 2 pi r square equals 317. Okay, I think that's how you solve that, and then you solve for r, and the pi is a constant as 3.14. You can do that. Okay. This is one. A square lawn has an area of 98. So in the middle, so this green part, I should use the green pen, and this is 98. Okay, so shaded region is 98 feet square. A sprinkle placed at the center of the lawn sprays water in a circular pattern that just covers the lawn. What is the radius of the circle? So if this is 98, it's a square. So it's a square. Basically, you have, suppose the side is a. Okay, so you have a square equals 98. Okay, then you have a equals square root of 98. He asks you the radius of the circle. So basically, you have, if you take it out, if you take the square out, it gives you the side. This is square root of 98. Okay. This is square root of 98, but it's divided by 2. And this is square root of 98 divided by 2, and he asks you for this one. Okay, so basically it's square root of 98 multiplied by 2. Okay, so you can use Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So you can do square root of 98 divided by 2 square plus square root of 98 divided by 2 square, and take a square root, and it's going to be your radius. Okay, I think the radius is, for this one, I believe is 98 for 7. Before, you have to find that yourself. I believe this might be 7. Square root of 98 and 98. So 98 times 2, 7 times 2, 7. Okay, let's try it. Okay, that's 7. And then next one. A building is 3 feet from a 7 feet fence that surrounds the property. Give you out of that 3 feet and 7 feet. And now it asks you what? A worker wants to wash the window in the building of 12 feet from the ground. And he plans to place a ladder over the fence so it will rest against the building. See the figure. He decided he should place a ladder 7 feet from the fence for stability. To the nearest tenth of foot, how long a ladder will he need? Okay, so basically, you just use the Pythagorean theorem for this one, I think. Okay. So if it's 5 and if it's 7, this is 7 and 3. You can use the Pythagorean theorem to do that. Let me double check it again. It should be a very simple one. A building is 3 feet from a 7 feet fence. Okay. A park wants to wash a window in the building 12 feet. Okay, so that blue thing is your window. So against the buildings, see the figure. He decided he should place a ladder 7 feet from the fence from the stability. And to the nearest tenth of foot, how long ladder he will need. I think just to do the Pythagorean theorem to find out this. 7, so that's 3. That's what that was. It says 3 feet from the fence. 7 plus 3 is 10. And use 5 plus 5, you can put 5 here. So 5 plus 7 is 12, 12, 10. 12, 10. And then 12 square plus 10 square. I think you can try it. I'll take a derivative and see if this one is right or not. Okay, since it's the decimals. Okay, and let me see. And I don't have the calculator here. Let me check it out. You can try that. If it's not right, you can let me know. Okay, it should be like that. A projectile is launched from ground level with a initial velocity of v0 feet per second, neglecting air resistance. Its height in feet t seconds after that. Sometimes the project will reach a height of 160. Return ground when okay. Basically, this is the velocity is given, so plug it in. It's negative 12t squared plus 112t, and the height is 160. Then this is the equation. Then you solve that. You solve this, and it's going to give you the time for that seconds. Okay. Oh, is this the same thing? Yep. And the terms given that a height is 320, v is 128, so we just plug it in. It's the same thing as the previous one. A ball thrown upward with the initial velocity of 96 seconds and height of 640, and this is how long will be reach the ground. So reach the ground, the height is going to be 0. So basically you just need to solve negative 16t squared plus 96t plus 6640 equals 0. This is a simple one. Divide everything by negative 16, so you get t squared minus 6t minus divided by that is 40 equals 0. So you got t minus 10 and t plus 4 equals 0. And solve t equals 10. Okay, so that's it. The high concentration of carbon monoxide or CO can cause the time required for okay. Let's look at this. The model is t equals 0.002 x squared minus 0.316 x plus 127.9. Well, T is the exposure time in hours necessary to reach the level between 500 less than X less than 800. It is the amount of carbon monoxide present in air in part per million. Yeah. What is the exposure time when X equals 780? So basically, you just need to plug X equals 780 into the function. So the first one, 0.0002 multiplied by 780 square minus 0.36 multiplied by 780 plus 127.9. Well, then you find that answer is going to be the exposure time for X equals 780. So that's the answer for A. Whatever you got here is the calculator is for A. This is A. So B, it give you the time by estimate concentration. So basically, you just need to set up 0.002 x squared minus 0.316 x plus 127.9, and they equals 7 hours. So T is 6 per hour. Okay, so we don't have to change that, so just put 7. Then you solve this equation, use quadratic formula. Okay, that's it. The sales of SUV in United States from 19 to 99 can be modeled by quadratic equation below. Here x equals 0 represent that x equals 1 and so on. So since right, so x equals 0 is represent 90. So x equals 1 is 91. Now it asks you for x equals 4. So x equals 4 is going to be 94, right? So for 90 and 94, so 94 is going to be x equals 4. Plug x equals 4 into the equation, you're going to get your answer for that one. So it's going to be 0.016 times 4 squared plus 0.124 times 4 and plus 0.787. That you're going to get the answer if you do that. And then you find that one is going to be the answer. Okay? Okay, so if P units of item are sold for Q dollars per unit, so R equals PQ. Use this idea to analyze the following problem, working exercise from 51 to 54 in order. It seems like this one has different questions. Has 3 more questions to go on. The manager of 95 unit apartment complex knows from experience that a rent of 300, all the units will be full. On the average, open additional unit will remain vacant for each $20 increase in rent over 300. Furthermore, the manager must keep at least 45 units rented due to other financial considerations. Currently, the revenue for the complex is $56,000. How many apartments are rented? Suppose X represents the number of 20 increases over X 300. Okay. So basically, the revenue is let me see, PQ. So it's the manager of 95 unit apartment. Okay, so he has 95 units in total. Okay, so this is your Q. So the price is 300, initial price. If you add 20, so every time increase 20. So if you increase 20x, for example, you increase 320, then you're going to have average one additional unit will remain. Okay, so you're going to have 95 minus 1. You only have 94 rent out. So if you have x, if you increase the price by 20x, then you have x units vacant. Okay, vacant. So if 320, you have 94 rent out. You have 340, you have 93 rent out. If you 360, you have 92 rent out. So basically, a more higher price will results in less apartment rent out. That's your model equation. So that's going to be the revenue. Okay, so the first question is represent the number of units that represent simplify answer. Suppose x represent a number of units simplify answer in terms of x. So basically you have to, this is the first one, is 51. You simplify that. Let me see. So 95 times 300 plus 190x minus 300x minus 20x squared. So equals negative 20x squared minus 110x plus 28500. I think that's going to be your first answer. Oh, how to see that? Okay. So it's oh no. Here negative 20. Oh, it's very hard for me to type in answers here. So square, then how do I do that? And go that, and minus 110 and x and plus 28500. Okay. Wait. Did I do anything wrong? Suppose that represents 20 increase over 300. So 300 plus 20x. That multiply. Let me choose that hand. 395 28500. That's right. Number 1 additional will remain vacant for each $20 increase over 300. Furthermore, the manager keep at least that. Okay, because the revenue, suppose the x represent the number of represent the number of units will be rent. Suppose that x represents the number of 20 increase over represent the number of prime units that will be rented in terms of x. Oh, so the first question is not that hard. Oh, terrible. The first question is much easier. Just ask you. Oh, it's easy. Oh. How to get rid of that? How is it like that? Oh, I got it better now. So the first one, just the unit. So it's going to be just 95 minus x. Okay. The second one represents the rent per unit. So it's going to be, the rent is 300 plus 20x. Plus 20x. Okay. Then you continue. Revenue is you type in this one into revenue. You type in revenue in this, type in here, right here. It should be right. Okay. So I think the last one is ask you to solve an equation. Solve equation equals 56,000. That's what I think. Okay. So I'll ask you to finish the next two since I already give you the equation. 19. So the manager of a cherry orchard wants to schedule the annual harvest. If the cherries are picked now, the average yield per tree is 100 pounds. And the cherries can be sold for 50 cents per pound. Past experience shows that the yield per tree will increase about 8 pounds per week, while the price will decrease about 4 cents per pound per week. How many weeks should the manager wait to get an average revenue of 48 per tree? Oh, okay. So this one, right now is 100 pound. Okay, so the cherries can be sold for 50 cents per pound. 50 cents is $0.5. We need to think about that, okay? Because out of the rest is using the dollars, not cents. But it's very it's interesting because that when you do the increase, you have to do the cents. So now every week you add 8 pounds per week. So if we say X weeks later, we wait X weeks later, then we pick it up. Well, X weeks later, then we will have 100 plus. Each week you're gonna have 8 pounds per week. So X weeks later we can pick up more, but the price will be less than right now. It's going to be $0.5 and a minus 0.04 cents per week. Okay, we have X week. Then this is the price after X weeks. This is the amount you can pick after X weeks, and then the total amount should be 48.72. Then solve this equation. You can FOIL it out, then they solve it. Well, I think what you can do is multiply both sides by 100. So if you multiply this by 100, you're going to get 50 minus 4x multiplied by 100 plus 8x equals 4,872. So multiply 100 here on the left side. Because this multiplication, you only have to multiply on one of them. That's enough. So you solve this equation, and then you FOIL it out, simplify the quadratic equation, then you will get that. Okay. Last one. I'm not quite sure it will shows over here. Okay, for the last question, since I'm using my tablet, apparently it doesn't show up the picture. In your I'll let you know. In your computer, probably you cannot open that as well. So you need to download a called CDF. I think that's what it called. CDF. Let me show you what you need to download. Okay. So you need to download a okay, it's called CDF player. Okay, you can download the Wolf WOLFRAM CDF player. Okay, you can download this. You do not have to pay for the professional one. Just download the Pearson one, the Pearson product for student version. It is free. It is just for you to open the picture for this one. Okay, that's all for. Once you open the picture, I think you should be work this one by yourself. It's pretty much like the one I gave you in the one of the previous example of the fold one. Okay, so that's the whole section 1.5. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, and let me know if you like this tablet recording, or you like if you like this one, or you like the whiteboard one better. Just let me know. Okay, thank you very much, and let me upload it.